Hello, long time no see. So I wanted to jump in and make a video about a topic that might seem kind of niche, but if you are somebody who uses this workflow, uses the equipment that I'm about to mention, you may find that this saves you a lot of time. And I want to show you how to, make your workflow a little more efficient here. So where this all stems from is that I use a Behringer x32 as my main mixer. And I like to record the events that I work on. I do weddings mostly, so I'm trying to record for 3-4 hours at a time. Rather than recording USB into my computer, I need my computer to do other stuff during the wedding. So I got the X Live card with the dual dual SD slots. And, I formatted some high capacity cards so I can record like 8 hours of 32 channels, 32 channel multi-tracks. Now, if you use the X32 and the X Live card, you might know that when you record those 32 channels, it doesn't spit out 32 individual wave files. It gives you 32 channel audio files. It's basically a surround sound file, but instead of 5.1 or 7.1 surround sound, it's 32 separate channels. So these are big files, and these are 48, 24, so 48 kilohertz, 24-bit files. So I'm getting back from a wedding and already having, 100 gigabytes of storage. Now, when you drop these into something like Pro Tools or into something like Logic, really the only way to work with them is to explode them into 32 separate files. In the case of Reaper, you would right click to do it. In Pro Tools, there's a option on the menu bar up top. Logic just does it automatically. You don't have a choice. You drag in a multi-channel audio file that's bigger than stereo, and it just explodes it. Now, there's a reason why I mentioned Reaper and why I use Reaper to use these types of files. And so if you are like, okay, get to the point, here's where you can start paying attention. So what I did is I made myself a template that infinitely speeds up my workflow with this in Reaper, and I want to show you how to put it together. So what we're going to be doing is, let's jump over to the computer. Now, if I drag in a multi-channel audio file, this is from a show several years ago. When I drag this in, we can see that it's one track that has all of these different channels on it. And so if I play some of this, we can see that I'm getting a reading, but there's no sound coming out. And that's because this is only assigned to my 2 stereo speakers that I have. I don't have 32 things routed. Maybe with Atmos, people are starting to do that. I don't know how many channels Atmos has, but with this, I only have 2 speakers. And so what we're going to do is the following. The idea is we're pretty much going to use this track like a tape machine, and we're going to route these individual channels to different tracks. And then what you can do is save it as a template. So I'll show you what to do. So if we, the track, insert new track, boom, we have a new track. Now, if we go to our routing you can do it on the multi-track, or you can do it on the new track or the multi-track, whichever is easier, whichever feels more organized. I'm going to go send channel 2 or track 2. And now we can see down here that we have audio channels 1 and 2 going to the new track, channels 1 and 2. We're going to leave this as 1 and 2, even if it's mono. If you pick 1 or 2, it will put it on the left or the right. So we're going to stick with this. We're going to let this cook. However, we're going to take our mono source. So we're clicking on audio channels 1 and 2. And we're going to pick channel 1. So now channel 1 of this track is going to channels 1 and 2, our left and right, of this new track. So repeat, create a new track, route. We're going to go up to the top one, send to number 3. mono source 2 goes to channel 1 and 2. Now, this is clunky and it's gonna be clunky. You don't want to have to do this every single time. You know, even if you just create a bunch, I'm just double clicking to make new tracks. If I delete these ones and then just do add sends to all tracks, you still have to go through and do mono source 1, mono source 2, mono source 3, you know, so on and so forth, until you get all of your channels rolling. Now, you're going to have to do this once because I don't have this template anywhere for download. I really should. Maybe I'll do that in the future. But what you can do after you set all of this up, it will play and it will work. Let's see if we're getting any of our tracks yet. Nope, I don't have anything in those first 5 channels. But I'm going to show you what the template looks like. So once you do all this, if you delete your multi-track file that's in there, I still have that multi-channel track on there. I just don't have the file. You can then go to project templates, save project as template, and you can actually just take your 32 routed channels from the multi-track and create your own template out of that. So let me show you what my template looks like. We're just going to go new project, don't save, project templates. I saved mine as x32 multi-track route. So we can see in my routing, I have already set up all 32 channels to route correctly. And I'm just going to drag in that same file. Boom. And we can see once again that I have all of those tracks in there. And now when I play it, we're getting sound. Now, this is just all the raw inputs, so the mix is garbage. And you can go through and rename some tracks. So like I know, for instance, that track 30 is probably bass, track 29 was mandolin, I think 28 was maybe acoustic guitar or something. You can go through and then name all your tracks, fix your volume mix. And this will let you mix the thing you just made or mix what you recorded, basically like you were playing out of a tape machine. Like you're almost mixing it live by playing it back just from here. Now, if you do need to fix something, and if you do, maybe you just want the tracks from one specific song, but you don't want to bounce everything to be different tracks to begin with. Like maybe you don't need all 25 minutes of this multi-track. I can find the track that I need. So maybe it was that mandolin track. Let me pop on my headphones for a second. Okay, so I actually lied. This was bass. This show was like 2 years ago. All right. So say I need to capture something from that mandolin track. I also do this when I'm tuning vocals, is you go to your input. Oops, sorry. I normally have a theme on here, so I'm kind of flying blind by using the default theme, but I have a theme that makes it look like Pro Tools. So when you go right click on your record button there on your arm, go record output, and then I usually do mono just because all of these tracks are mono. So I go mono, and now when I record, let me find where I want. Sure, let's take that. So now when I record, and that didn't work. I'm an idiot. What did I do? Okay, that didn't work. So for some reason it didn't go on to mono mix. Let's try it now. There it is. Okay. Sweet. So we can see again, if something doesn't work, troubleshoot it. It happens to the best of us. So we can see now that I have this, I don't even remember the zoom controls on Reaper. So we now have, there we go. So we now have this file in there. And again, that was just recording directly what was playing back. So if it's a vocal and I need to tune it or something, if I'm making like a promo video for a group and they need a little bit of polishing, you can do it this way. So you can still get granular with things. But again, having this template lets you just, you know, make a new project. It's as simple as just project template, open your template, drag the track in, and everything works. So hopefully that was helpful. If I put a template up in the future, I will put it down in the description of this video. Again, I don't have it yet, but you know, I will update you if that becomes the case. So thank you for taking a look at this. Hopefully this helped. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. But for now, take care. Hopefully somebody found some use for this, and I'll see you next time.